Hello. Is my voice audible?
Hello. Good
Hello.
afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay. Let me just share my presentation on screen. Let me know whether you are able to view it or not.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Is it visible now? Is my presentation visible? Hello.
It is visible, sir. It is visible.
It is visible now. Full screen. It is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Change हो रहा है
Can you
ना?
change the slide, sir?
हाँ.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, sir.
So I have stopped sharing now. Once we start, then I will share my presentation. Okay. So what
Sure,
time
sir.
we are about to start? 3 o'clock.
Yeah, so we have asked the students to join by 2:15. That is joining and introduction. After
No problem. May I know your
join by,
name, please?
so my name is Suraj Gupta.
Ah, okay. Ah, acha Suraj, you only send me the link, right? Okay, okay. ठीक है
So you can
सूरज.
join by, yeah.
बोलो बोलो. Sorry, I interrupted you.
So you can join by 2:50.
2:50 ना? ठीक है. So my screen is also visible and my voice was also audible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ठीक है, ठीक है.
Yes,
Okay. या तो मैं म्यूट पे रहता हूँ फिर.
yes.
Time are we expecting to start?
I think we can start. Principal ma'am has also joined, so I think we can start.
We can start or we can wait for 2 minutes. It's 46 participants yet.
Yeah, because batch 2 would be joining us, so I think we can start, Krish.
We can start.
Yeah, we can start.
Okay. Thank you, Suraj sir. Hello, a very good afternoon to one and all present here at this auspicious event. It's my sheer pleasure and utmost honor to welcome our respected principal ma'am, speaker Mr. Alok Dubey sir, our career guidance and entrepreneurship cell committee, and its head Dr. Amjad Ali sir, and one and all present over here to the career guidance program. I am your host for the afternoon, Mr. Chris Jain. Before starting with the introduction, I would just quote a two-line sentence to all my juniors that with regards to your career, our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Moving further, I would now first like to welcome a principal ma'am. I would like to welcome up our inspiration, the heart of the college, without whose support, college won't be able to create such great personality students with bright career. Yes, you're guessing it right. Our principal ma'am, Dr. Mrs. Sudha Rathod. Ma'am has been associated with this college since September 2010 and brought about many changes in a student's career life. Having such an inspirational mentor with us is a blessing. I would now like to request our principal madam to enlighten the event with a few inspirational words. Hello, ma'am.
Thank you, Krish.
Yes.
Should I start?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, one and all, my dear students, Mr. Alok Dubey. It is my pleasure to call Mr. Alok Dubey, who is our alumni, to conduct this session on careers in sales and marketing. During the meet with alumni, I came along with Mr. Dubey and understood that he would be a very good person to share his experience with our juniors, particularly in the area of sales and marketing. And it is good also that he has agreed to take this session, and he could make his time available to share his experience and expertise to my students and those who are the aspirant in the near future. Thanks for coming, Alok, and please share your experience, and we wish the same kind of linkage with you in the future. Thank you so much. Yes, you
Thank
can
you so
start.
much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving further, I would now like to welcome our speaker for the day, Mr. Alok Dubey, sir. I would give a short introduction about our speaker. Sir is a B Farm from Oriental College of Pharmacy. Further, he has done PGDM in Pharmaceutical Marketing from SIES College of Management Studies. He has a total work experience of 10 years in Indian pharmaceutical industries, of which 1 year in production, 2 years in sales, and 7 years in marketing. Presently, Sir is working as Senior Brand Manager at Cipla Limited in Indian Prescription. Sir, along with Cipla, was also associated with many other companies like USV, Sun Pharma, Blue Cross Laboratories, and many more. Sir, we are really obliged and very happy to have you here today at this session. Now, I hand over the further session to you. Please enlighten our students and make them clear for their further career decisions. Thank you, sir. Over to you, sir.
So, thank you so much, Mr. Krish. Before I begin, I would like to thank Principal Ma'am and Amjad Sir and the entire teaching faculty of Oriental College of Pharmacy for giving me this opportunity to share my learning and experience so far in the pharma industry with my juniors. Not only that, this also brings memories of my college days when I, just like you, were part of the college, completed my B Pharmacy. I was part of the second batch, took admission in 2005 and passed out in 2009. So it's almost around 15 years since I took admission and around 11 years since I passed out from the college. And I can say that world has changed a lot. From college to corporate, the journey has been exciting, challenging, rewarding. So with that, let me also thank all my juniors who have taken time from their schedule to attend this session. So before I start my presentation and project my presentation on the screen, I would just like to tell you how we'll go about with the presentation. So I have prepared some slides. At the same time, I will be elaborating on what I have written in my slides, and once I finish, we will have a question answer session. It can be one-on-one, or it can be like if Mr. Someone from the staff could collate the questions, or Suraj can collate the questions and ask me. It can be either way.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll just project my screen. Suraj, please confirm whether it is visible or not. Okay, I'm just projecting my screen.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
So is my screen visible, Suraj? Hello?
Not yet, sir. Not yet.
Not yet. Now
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
it's visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So friends, good afternoon. The session that I'll be taking you all through is based on career guidance in sales and marketing. What I was informed is this session is for.
वंदना मैडम वो साइन तो कर दिया मैंने और
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so I hope most of the attendees who are in this session, they are either third year B Pharma students or final year B Pharma students. Okay, correct me, Suraj, if I am wrong, right?
Sir, we have first year students.
First year students. Okay. So that's even great. So my juniors, they have just stepped into the world of pharma by taking the admission in bachelor's of pharmacy. Okay, friends. So what I will do is I have kept my presentation very simple in easy to understand language, and I'll be highlighting one of the most important function in pharmaceutical industry, which is sales and marketing. I'll be taking you through, and my presentation is divided into 5 core areas. First, I'll start off by discussing what is sales and marketing, what is the difference between two, why sales and marketing is an important function in not just pharmaceutical industry but any company or any organization. Then, since we are in pharmaceutical industry, I'll be taking you through what is the pharmaceutical selling process. How does selling take place, or what is the module which is being operated in Indian pharmaceutical industry. This will be followed by what are the skills required for making a successful career in sales and marketing. Moving ahead, what is the hierarchy in a pharmaceutical company as far as sales and marketing is concerned? What are the career opportunities? And since you all are first year students, there's a lot you can start building upon. So I have summarized some key take home messages that you can start implementing from this day itself. Okay, so my presentation will be a mix of some theory followed by example, and at the end I will try to answer the queries which you have in your mind, so that by the time you reach your second or third year of bachelor's in pharmacy, you are very much clear as to where you want to make your career in. And let me tell you, once again, I would like to thank the staff of Oriental College of Pharmacy, because when I joined, we had all kind of facilities, like we had a good teaching staff, we had good laboratory, we had library, but one thing that was missing is someone from the industry to guide us about the career opportunities. So college has taken it up in its journey towards strengthening pharmaceutical education, and I'm really happy that they have started inviting alumni or someone who has experience in the industry to share the insights, to bridge this gap of what is being taught in the classroom to what is being expected in the Indian pharma corporate world. Okay, so without taking much of your time, let me first start with sales and marketing. Okay, so sales and marketing at a glance may look very synonymous or similar terms, but sales and marketing are two different aspects, my friend. What is sales? In a simple language, sales is nothing but any kind of transaction between two or more parties or two or more individuals in which there is a buyer or a seller, where buyer receives goods, services, assets in exchange for money. This is the simplest form of sales. Okay, to give you a very practical example, you go to a grocery store, you have to buy a can of Coke, right? You are the buyer, the grocery owner is the seller, you pay him money, he sells you the Coke can. Okay, this is the most simplest example of sales in our day-to-day life. Now let me come to what is marketing. Marketing is the science and art of exploring, creating, and delivering value to satisfy the needs of target market at a profit. Okay, now this definition may seem very much complex to you. Okay, but marketing is identifying the needs of your target customer or target market. Okay, that is marketing. Marketing is to find out what the customer or what the market expects. How does your product or service that you are offering satisfy that need of the customer? Okay, now I have given you a theoretical explanation. Let me explain you with an example. Okay. Let me give you an FMCG example. Uh, if you go back to 90s, or if you go back to 95s or early stages of 2000s, okay, you had fairness cream only for women, like Fair and Lovely or Ponds. That was the only product available for women. But marketeers, as FMCG marketeers, what they found out through research was a lot of men have been using these fairness creams. That means there was a need in the target customer. That is men that even they want to look fair. And with that research came out a product which is called Fair and Handsome. Okay. So I'm trying to just correlate my definition with example, what it is. So the needs can be explicitly visible or the needs can be hidden. Marketing is about identifying the needs of your target customer. Let me give you another simple example. We all feel thirsty. Okay, so to quench your thirst is a need. Okay, but how do you quench your thirst? You have options. You can drink water, you can drink fruit juice, you can have soft beverages. Okay, so this is called as want. Okay, the thing is, my need is I want to quench my thirst, but the want is I have multiple options to quench my thirst. And it is this need or want that is being tapped by the marketing people across industry, and then offer their products and services to satisfy this need. Okay, now coming to this example of thirst. Okay, today if you go in the market, you feel thirsty, you have option of Bisleri also, which is the oldest brand of mineral water in India, whereas you have a mineral water by the brand name of Evian also, which is a premium brand. It's a natural spring water packed with minerals. Okay, so the need is to quench thirst, but it is up to you what you choose to quench your thirst. Okay, so marketing is a science of how you identify the need and want of your customer and then pitch in your product or service to fulfill that need. Okay, so being a first year student, I think this kind of orientation to sales and marketing is enough. Otherwise, marketing is a subject in itself. Having said that, if you look carefully around your surroundings, buying and selling is the only activity that happens every moment, every day. Okay, let me give you another example. When you appear for your interview, right, you are trying to sell yourself to the company, why company should hire you. Okay, and the company which has come for the placement is the buyer. So you are selling your skills to the buyer or the company who is interviewing you, and based on how much convinced the buyer is, he is purchasing you or he is kind of hiring you for the job. Okay, so buying and selling is the only activity that happens every moment, every day. Remember this. Now, also I make one more important statement. Anything and everything under the blue sky can be sold. I repeat my statement. Anything and everything under the sky can be sold. Let me give you an example. This is the example of Domino's Pizza. It's a product, right? When we normally use the word sales and marketing, the first thing that comes to our mind is, okay, I'm paying money and buying a commodity. So here I have given an example of pizza, which is a product. Now, what else can be sold apart from a product is a service. I have taken the example of Urban Clap, right? So you put your service request on Urban Clap. It is for either now they have ventured into many kind of other activities like maintenance of your household equipments, to getting your hair cut, pedicure, manicure at home. So you also buy service. At the same time, you can also sell an event like a FIFA World Cup or Olympics or IPL. These are all events. Okay, so even events can be marketed and sold. So these are all sporting events, or for that example, you can take Kumbh Mela. It is also an event which is marketed and which is being sold. Okay, and one more thing that can be sold is experience. Here, if you can see in this figure, this is the image of Taj Mahal in moonlight. So this is neither a product nor a service, but it's an experience. The experience of watching the Taj Mahal on a full moon day is an experience. Or for that matter, having your lunch on an Everest top, which is the tallest peak in the world, is an experience. So that's why I'm saying, friends, anything and everything under the sky can be sold. It can be product, it can be service, it can be event, or it can be experience. Okay, friends. So I hope now it is very much clear what is sales, what is marketing, what can be sold, what can be marketed. I have explained all these things with our day-to-day simple examples. Okay. Don't worry, if there's anything that you have not understood, you can ask me at the end. I'll try to wind up my presentation and have sufficient time for question and answer session as well. Okay. Now, having discussed about sales and marketing, this is very important slide, friends. Now, since you have decided to make your career in pharmaceutical industry, so you also need to understand what is the process of a pharmaceutical product being sold. There are two types of pharma products, friends. One is prescription product, one is OTC product. Let me start off with OTC product. OTC product are those products which you can get directly over the counter or which a company advertises. There are many examples. You can have example of Gelusil, which is an antacid. You can have example of Eno. You can have example of Disprin. These are, you can have example of Revital. These are all products wherein company directly pitches its product through advertisement to consumers, and you can directly visit the chemist counter and purchase the product without a valid prescription. Second kind of product is prescription product. Prescription product selling is an indirect selling product. Why? Because in this case, company does not advertise its brand directly to the end user, which is patient. Okay. So how does the selling process of a prescription product happens? There is a medical rep which is associated with the company. He details the brand to doctor who is a certified medical practitioner. Doctor prescribes the brand of the company, and with the prescription, patient goes to a chemist and buys the medicine. Okay. So that is why prescription product selling is an indirect selling, because company does not reach the end consumer directly. Your brand reaches the consumer through a doctor. Doctor prescribes the brand and then patient purchases the brand at a chemist outlet. Okay. And also one more thing, one more chain I would like to just sensitize you all. Company manufactures its medicines in its manufacturing plant. Then those medicines are sent to the warehouse. Warehouse is nothing but a big storage area wherein all brands of a given company are being stored. Okay. From this warehouse, the medicines are distributed to stockists. Stockists are, you can say, in the distribution chain, they are big parties which purchase brands of various companies. And then these stockists supply the brands to chemists. Okay. So this is how a typical pharmaceutical selling process happens. Okay. Once your product is manufactured, it goes to the warehouse. From warehouse, it is being distributed to the stockist. From stockist, it goes to the chemist. Whereas the medical rep, in order to liquidate your product, what he does, he details the brand to a doctor. Doctor prescribes your brand to a patient, and patient purchases the brand to your chemist. Okay, friend. So you need to understand these basic things. OTC product selling is a direct selling, and prescription product selling, around 90% of products in pharmaceutical industry, they are prescription products. Okay. So prescription product selling is an indirect selling, wherein medical rep details the brand to a doctor, doctor prescribes your brand, and patient purchases your brand from a chemist outlet. At the same time, friends, pharmaceutical sales and marketing is highly regulated and scientific. Okay. Now, again, let me give you an example. You must have seen the ad of Colgate toothpaste on television, right? They have been harping on that our toothpaste contains calcium. Calcium is important for strong teeth. But as a pharma student or someone from science background, you know that calcium cannot be absorbed from teeth. Calcium is absorbed from intestine, right? But still, this toothpaste companies, they promote their brand as if the calcium is getting absorbed from the teeth and it makes your teeth stronger. Pharmaceutical sales is not such kind of sales. It is highly scientific and highly regulated. And who are the regulators? This is just for your information. The Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers has a department called as Department of Pharmaceuticals, and there are two bodies I would say, which are important, which you need to remember. One is NPPA, that is National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority, which keeps a check on the price of important medicines. The other important body is CDSCO, which is Central Drug Standard Controlling Authority organization. Okay, I am repeating, Central Drug Standard Control Organization. And UCPMP is Uniform Code of Pharmaceutical Marketing Practices. So you can see there are various organizations and bodies set up by the government to regulate pharmaceutical sales and marketing. Okay, I hope this slide is clear, my friends. I gave little more importance to this slide because you all are first year students and you need to understand what are the two basic kinds of pharmaceutical products. One is OTC, one is prescription, and what is the typical selling process of a OTC product and what is the typical selling process of a prescription product. Okay, now having said that, if you are serious enough to make your career in sales and marketing, what are the skills which is required for a successful career in sales and marketing? I have enlisted 7 important skills which cover around 90 to 95% of the overall skills required for a successful career in sales and marketing. Okay, so in the coming slides I'll be explaining each of these skills a bit in detail. Okay, but just to summarize what are the skills required for sales and marketing, this is the slide. First and the most important skill is knowledge. As I said, pharmaceutical selling is a scientific business. Okay, and if you are selling science, you have to have knowledge. Okay, because you are dealing with the life of patient. Medicines is not something which is being consumed like a 2-minute noodle or a soft beverage. The life of patient depends
Hello, Suraj sir.
Yes,
Hello,
Krish. Yes,
I guess,
Krish.
I guess sir has exited or like something.
There is some network error from his end, so let
Okay.
me get in touch with him. Guys, please stay in the meeting, okay? I'm
Okay.
just getting in touch with him.
a I think I was on mute. Yeah, ठीक है, ठीक है. Yeah. Yes, yes. Let me share it again. So, Suraj, can you confirm if my slide is visible and voice is audible?
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Okay. So you want me to repeat this? Was this audible? Hello, Suraj.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You want me to repeat the slide again? This one?
Sir, we could hear the first point about knowledge. The sign.
Okay, okay. From there it was not audible, right? Okay. So, friends, sorry for the technical error. Let me just take through the 7 important skills which are required for a successful career in sales and marketing. Hello, Suraj. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Suraj, in case my voice breaks or my screen is not visible, you immediately give me a call because my
Yes.
presentation is in full screen mode. So even I am not able to make out whether it's network issue or whether I am on mute.
All right.
Okay, so do let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sure.
So friends, I'm just summarizing what are the 7 important skills required for sales and marketing, successful career in sales and marketing. First is knowledge. As I said, we are in the business of selling science or selling medicines to the patient. Life and death of a patient depends on consuming this product. So having knowledge is extremely important. Second, sales and marketing also requires having sound analytical skills. Analytical skills are divided into two. One is numerical analytics, one is logical analytics. The most important skill is communication. What you say, how you say, that is verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and written communication. Project management is an important skill. Interpersonal and negotiation skill. Since we are selling, we are in the business of negotiating or striking a deal. We are in the business of collaborating with people. So interpersonal and negotiation skills are very important. People management like leadership skills are important. Once you climb the hierarchy that I will show you in the coming slides, as in when you go to the senior leadership position, people management becomes an important skill. And the last but not the least is resilience and flexibility. So these are some of the important skills. I'll be taking you through all these skills one by one. Okay. So again, knowledge includes 4 broader categories of knowledge. Okay. So since you are into first year, you have just started your career, try getting a hang of all your basic subjects. See, unless and until you understand the anatomy of human body, the working of human body, going ahead in third year, once you start off with pharmacology as a subject, you will not be able to understand how the drug acts on the body. Okay. So knowledge in terms of understanding your basic subjects as far as your journey in 4-year B Pharma course is concerned is very important. Then when it now coming back to sales and marketing, you got to have knowledge of the product that you are selling. Okay. So when it comes to product, if you're selling a brand, say Revital, you need to know what are the ingredients or what are the molecules which are present in Revital. I've just taken the example of Revital. Okay. So as a seller of Revital, you need to know what are the ingredients in my brand. Okay. Then what is the packing of my brand? Does it come in strip? Does it come in bottle? Does it come in strip of 10? Does it come in bottle of 30? You have to know information about your product. What is the USP? USP is nothing but unique selling proposition. How my product is different from my competitors is equally important. So if you have, if you just try to recall the ad of Revital, they will always harp on one major ingredient, that is ginseng, which helps you to remain active throughout the day. Okay, so this is how they are trying to differentiate Revital as a multivitamin as compared to other multivitamins. And if you look at the name also, it says Revital. Revital means to revitalize or bring back your energy. Okay, so all these things, friends, this science of marketing, deciding the brand name, okay, deciding what you are communicating, these are all signs. So once you go through this process of sales and marketing, you will come to know that how much thought goes into deciding the brand name, how much thought goes into designing a communication, how much thought goes into even deciding what should be the shape of my bottle. Okay, so this is what sales and marketing is all about. It is about differentiating your product from your competitor and communicating the benefits of your product. Your customer should be he should be convinced as to what benefit he will get after taking your product. Okay, and of course therapy. When I say therapy, you should also know the brand which you are selling is used for treating which particular disease. Okay, whether it is used to treat hypertension, whether it is used to treat diabetes, and all those things. Okay, so one important thing is product. Second, now since you are in the market, pharma industry is a highly competitive market. For each molecule, there are around 20 to 30 brands on an average. Friends, for your information, there are more than 80,000 brands in Indian pharmaceutical market across all therapeutic categories. Okay, so as far as the therapeutic segment that you are playing into, for example, let me again take example of Revital. If you are into a multivitamin segment, you need to understand your competitor. What are the strengths and weakness of your competitor? Whether your competitor is your direct competitor or indirect competitor. Let me give you an example. Now, since you are into first year, you may, okay, let me give you an example of very common painkiller. Okay, one of the most commonly used painkiller is paracetamol, right? Brand names are Crocin. So any other brand which has paracetamol as the content is my direct competitor. Okay, so if you take a brand like Dolo, which again contains paracetamol, so for Crocin as a brand, Dolo is my direct competitor because even it contains paracetamol. Dolo is a brand of paracetamol from Micro Labs. Micro is the name of the company. Now, what is indirect competitor? Again, let me take you through the pain segment. Paracetamol is a painkiller, but one more molecule which is painkiller is ibuprofen. Okay, ibuprofen. The brand name is Brufen. You all must have heard about this brand. Although it does not contain paracetamol, but again that molecule is used in pain management. So for Crocin, Brufen is an indirect competitor. It is used to manage pain, but it does not contain the same molecule as Crocin. I hope I am able to explain you what is direct competition and what is indirect competition. And at this level, this kind of information is sufficient for you. Okay. Apart from that, if you're working for a company, every company has a mission, every company has a vision, every company has a credo. Credo means principles, principles on which that company was found. Every company is a brand in itself. Not taking the example of Oriental College of Pharmacy. Oriental College of Pharmacy itself has a mission, it has a vision, it has the principle on which the entire college functions. Okay, so same is the case with company as well. You take any company, take be it Cipla, be it Sun, be it any pharmaceutical company. Every company is guided by its mission, vision, principles. Also, you need to know what are the strengths of your companies. For example, if you look at Sun Pharma as a company is very strong in cardiology segment and neuropsychiatry segment. Whereas if you look at company like USV, they are very strong in diabetology segment. So each company is a brand in itself and they have a strength of itself. Okay, so knowing your company also is equally important. And after company, you also need to know about the industry. When I say industry, it means Indian pharma industry. So once you make your career in marketing, you need to understand what is Indian pharmaceutical industry, what is size of the market. Just for your information, Indian pharmaceutical market is a 1.5 lakh crore rupees market and it is growing by 12% every year. This is just for your information. Okay. Now this includes all the therapeutic categories, all segments. But if you are planning to launch an anti-diabetic drug, then you need to study what is the anti-diabetic market in India. What is the opportunity of anti-diabetic drug that you are about to launch in India? What is the nature of market? As in, if you are launching a molecule which is as basic as metformin in managing your diabetes, then there must be around 40-50 players in the market who are already selling metformin. Okay, or if you are launching a new brand or a new category of molecule used to treat diabetes, like SGLT2 inhibitor is the latest category. Okay, so in that case you may have the monopoly. Okay, so just for your information, what is monopoly or what is oligopoly? Monopoly is nothing but you are the only player in the market to have that product. Okay, and what is oligopoly? Oligopoly means many companies in the industry is having that product. Okay, so let me give you an example of monopoly. Indian Railways, as of now, government of India has a monopoly on railways. No private company operates trains, right? It is only the government of India which operates railways. So such kind of service is a monopoly service. Or for example, you may have seen now with new COVID vaccines coming into the market. You see Pfizer BioNTech vaccine or you see Moderna vaccine. They have monopoly because it is their research product. So Moderna vaccine can be sold only by Moderna because they have the monopoly, right? Whereas if you look at something like a Crocin or a paracetamol, there are more than 50 brands in market which sells paracetamol. So such kind of market is called as an oligopoly market. Okay. So this much basic information of what you need to know, how you need to know is sufficient for first year, right? Now coming back, you are first year students, focus on important subjects which are part of your curriculum. Don't study just because you have to clear your exam. Okay, study with the intention of understanding and building your basics. You may feel once I join the job, whether it really matters, I know what is the full form of DNA, or whether I know what is the definition of pharmacodynamics or what is pharmaceutics. Yes, it matters because ultimately people will respect you on the basis of your knowledge. And if you want to have a successful career, you got to have your basics strong. Okay. Now with knowledge, let me come to another important part, which is analysis. Let me not delve too much into detail, but analysis is something, the word itself is self-explanatory. And when it comes to pharmaceutical sales and marketing, you need to have two kind of analytical skills. One is numerical analysis, one is logical analysis. Numerical analysis is nothing but being strong in numbers, but not just being strong in numbers. You also need to derive something meaningful conclusions from raw data. Okay. So numerical analysis doesn't just mean numbers. What you derive out of those numbers are important. Okay, let me give you a very small example. You will say, I passed in my 12th standard exam, HSC examination. It's a very generic statement. It's a very general statement. Okay, but if you quantify, I passed with 80% marks in my HSC exam, or if you say I passed with 95% mark in my HSC exam, that carries more weightage. You now see what is the difference between these two statements. Anything or everything, any statement that you quantify becomes more convincing. Rather than saying I passed my 12th standard exam, if you say I passed with 95% marks in my 12th standard board examination, this second statement carries more weightage and it kind of is more convincing. Okay, and once you say I scored 95% marks in my HSC exam, what conclusion or inference you can make out? That you have passed first class with distinction, right? If I'm not wrong, if you're scoring above 80%, you fall in the category of passing with first class distinction. That is how the definition is. Okay, so by numerical skills, I means you need to get a hang of numbers. One most important thing, I don't know whether it is part of your curriculum or not, but when I was a B Pharma student, laptop was a luxury at that point of time. Not everyone used to have laptops at home. Forget about laptop, even desktop was a luxury in 2005, 2006. Not everyone had desktop at their house. Okay, but now laptops and desktops, they are part of each and every household. So to begin with, I would suggest that you start working on basic applications of Microsoft Office, like Microsoft Excel, Word and PowerPoint. Okay, because this goes a long way in developing your presentation skills and analytical skills. You cannot imagine your career in sales and marketing without working on Excel, Word or PowerPoint. I'm not saying you need to be experts in Excel, because Excel is a very large function. It's a very big subject, but you can start off by very basic things, right? You can enter your, for example, you can have a simple assignment. You can just enter your board exam marks and try to plot a simple graph, or you can try to plot the same kind of marks that you got in your subject in the form of a bar chart. Okay, because numbers when presented correctly is what going to help you take decisions in your career. Okay, so it is also my suggestion to the teaching staff of Oriental College that even if you can have a small session on Microsoft Excel, Word, and PowerPoint, maybe not in second year, but third year, say 2 or 3 hours, not more than 2 or 3 hours, it will go a long way in strengthening your basics. Okay, so Excel, Word, and PowerPoint are something which is very important, and this is something which is very much accessible to every one of us right now. Okay, you can also start off by playing Sudoku, not at the expert level but at a basic level, so that you start loving numbers, you start visualizing numbers. This is something that you can do at the convenience of your home, right? Now statistical techniques and all these are little advanced versions. As you go ahead in your B Pharma curriculum, I'm sure there will be mathematics as a subject, if I'm not wrong, in the fourth semester and fifth semester. Well, you will have some statistical concepts like what is mean, what is median, what is mode, what is standard deviation. All these terms of all these statistical terms are important, as they help you to take decisions based on numbers. Okay, so moving ahead, mathematics as a subject or statistical tools as a subject is important. Again, I'm not saying that you need to be expert in this, but you need to get a hang of what is mean, what is median, what is mode, what is standard deviation. Don't worry if you are not able to understand these terms right now. You are in first year, maybe in second year or third year, when once you have mathematics as a subject, I'm 100% sure you will learn all these things. What is mean, what is mode, what is median, what is standard deviation, how do we find all these things? It will be covered in your syllabus. Okay, now again, logical analysis is something which is important, because logical analysis helps you understand pattern, anticipate outcomes, and once you anticipate outcome, you can develop a course of action, or you can plan out things very effectively. Okay, now again, developing logical ability is not a rocket science. You can start off by playing chess, you can solve puzzles. Now digital world is filled with puzzles and solutions. YouTubes are filled with so many puzzles and solutions to the puzzles, and this will also help you going ahead once you reach your third year, fourth year, and if you are planning to make your career in marketing or appear for MBA exams like CAT, CET, ZAT, SNAP. Okay, all the entrance exams, they test you on your logical abilities. I have just shared a simple example of a puzzle which is easy, and kind of you can get a hang of what logical ability is all about. So you can see three boxes over here. Box number 1 says the gold is not in box number 2. Okay, box number 2 says the gold is in either box number 1 or box number 3. Box number 3 says the gold is not in here. So if I logically analyze these three statements, I can say that gold is in box number 1. So this is logical reasoning. There are various logical reasoning exercises available online, right? So you need to have a numerical analysis and logical analysis, as it helps you to take, as it helps you to anticipate outcomes and take corrective actions. Okay. Moving ahead to the next and the most important skill, which is communication skill. Now we cannot imagine a world without communication. We are humans. Whether if in a physical world or a digital world, communication is the essence of human race. Okay, whether you are talking to your friend in a physical environment, or whether you are writing an email to anyone, it's the communication, whether it's a verbal communication, it's a non-verbal communication, it's a written communication. So again, I'm not saying you need to have a very strong English like Shashi Tharoor or very big speakers, but having knowledge of English language, because it's a business language, is extremely important. Now, when I say having knowledge of language is important, communication is not what you know. It's about how you communicate your thoughts and ideas in simple and easy to understand way, in minimum possible words. That is effective communication. See, no one is going to test you what degree of words you know in English language, but you should have the skill to communicate your thoughts and ideas in simple, easy to understand and minimum words. Okay, This is how communication is complete. I hope you are understanding this, right? Having a complex language or explaining something which is very much complex is not communication. But making your thoughts or expressing your thoughts in a simple and easy to understand and in bare minimum words is communication. So this is what I mean by communication skill, the ability to convey your thoughts and ideas in simple, easy to understand and minimum words. Of course, if you're pursuing to planning your career in international marketing, then knowledge of foreign language is an added advantage. Knowing a foreign language is an added advantage if you are pursuing a career in international marketing. Again, one of the most important thing that I have highlighted. Now, during our times, it was just the beginning of an email. But today, you cannot imagine your career in corporate world without having to write an email. You will be writing close to 20-30 emails in a day. So, writing an email is a science and an art. Again, your ability to communicate your thoughts, ideas in a simple and easy to understand and minimum words is communication. So maybe in the third or fourth year, college can club this with Microsoft Excel and have a half an hour or 1 hour session. Anyone from your faculty can take a session on how to write an effective email, because email communication is the way ahead. You cannot imagine your career without writing an email. Equally important is non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is your body language, is your dressing sense. When I say dressing sense, it doesn't mean you have to be fashionable, but yes, you have to be presentable. Dressing sense means you need to be presentable, not fashionable. Okay. Body language, the way you use your hands while speaking, the way you maintain eye contact with your audience, the way you use your stage, the tone with which you speak, your personality, your attitude, these are all non-verbal communications. And when you blend this non-verbal communication with your verbal communication, the impact is far more. Now, if you have time, maybe by tonight or any time of the day, you can watch the videos of some top leaders or speakers. For example, I'm just giving you an example of Barack Obama. The clarity with which he speaks, the way he uses his voice, the way he uses his body language is a perfect example of how he blends or how he brings impact in his speeches. I gave you an example of Barack Obama. There are various examples. So if you take top shot leaders, or for that matter, even some good news anchors like Farid Zakaria, if you look at them carefully, it's not just what they speak, it's also about how they speak and how they use their body language, how they maintain their eye contact. So all these things, friends, they play an important role. And when I say this, this is something which will come with practice. This is not something which you can mug up and which you can imbibe in yourself. No, this is something which will come with practice. The more you practice, the more perfect you will become. And again, one example that I have quoted in my presentation is Kathakali, which is a dance form of Kerala. If you have seen Kathakali either on television or on YouTube, it's an art form wherein the entire story is narrated through facial expressions, through your body language, by the movement of your fingers, by the movement of your hands, by the movement of your eyelids, by the movement of your lips. So again, it's an excellent art form that signifies the importance of non-verbal communication. And why non-verbal communication is important, friends? Because as you enter the corporate world, you will find you people working with different cultures, people coming from different cultures, right? You may not be, for example, you may find shaking hand to be very common in a country like India. But if you deal with someone from France, or if you deal someone from Germany, unless and until they put their hand first for shaking, you cannot kind of put your hand out and ask for a shake hand. In their culture, it is considered to be a sign of submission. Okay, whereas in Indian culture, it may seem to be a normal etiquette of putting your hand out and greeting someone. So these are some, I just give you an example to understand how such simple things, they can play an important role in what you communicate, or how you strike a deal, or how you work in a group, or how you deal with people belonging to different culture. And yes, gender diversity is also the new norm. So you may have many female colleagues working with you in the industry. So non-verbal communication plays an important role along with your verbal communication in day-to-day activities. Okay. Now moving ahead, project management. Let me not take you through example of project management, but any task that is time bound and involves resources, either monetary or non-monetary, is a project. Me taking this presentation and completing this presentation in the stipulated time is a project. Okay, you preparing for your exam, clearing your first semester is a project. Okay, so any task that is time bound, which is bound by time and which involves resources. Resources can be monetary resources or non-monetary resources. Monetary resources means money, non-monetary resources means resource which is not liquid. Example, maybe non-monetary asset, maybe brand. Non-monetary asset may be your production plant. Okay, so these are assets, but these are non-monetary assets. Okay, so for example, if a carpenter is preparing a chair, okay, so the tools which he uses is a non-monetary resource. The money that you pay him is a monetary resource. The time you give to the carpenter by saying you have to finish preparing this chair in 5 days. So when you combine all these things, preparing a chair becomes a project for the carpenter because it is bound by time and you involve resources, both monetary and non-monetary. So even a basic task like purchasing your monthly grocery or how you use your pocket money is also project management. Something as simple as deciding how you want to spend your pocket money to deciding to launch a new brand in the corporate world. These are all example of projects. Only magnitude is different. And yes, if you are making your career in sales and marketing, project management demands multitasking and collaboration. You will be working in a team because a person alone cannot launch a brand. There are various departments with which you will have to collaborate. You will have to work as a team. You will have to multitask. Okay. So when I say communication, communication is the crux of all the skills, because all other skills that I have mentioned in my presentation is incomplete without communication, right? So multitasking will involve communication, collaboration will involve communication. Each and every skill involves communication. Hence, consciously working on your communication is something which you can start working on right from today. That is day one. And teamwork and time management, they are the two important pillars of project management. When your mother says, okay, you have to get some groceries, right? It may be a teamwork. If there are 10 items and you are two siblings, as a team you can decide 5 items I will purchase, 5 items either my brother or sister will purchase. So this becomes a teamwork. And your mother says you need to get this groceries by 5 p.m, right? So it's up to you. Whether how you complete that task within the given time. Either you go purchase the grocery, come back, or you order the grocery online and he delivers it at your home, but it is time bound, right? So teamwork and time management, they are important pillars of project management. So I hope project management is clear. Now interpersonal and negotiation skills. Now these terms may look like a rocket science to you, but interpersonal skills are nothing but the skills which we use every day to communicate and interact with people. So you see, not even a single skill is independent of communication. Communication is part of each and every skill, and that is why it is important to develop your communication skills, both verbal, non-verbal as well as written. Okay, so interpersonal skills are skills which we use every day to communicate and interact with other people. Okay, so this is interpersonal skill. The way you speak to your friends, the way you speak to your professors, the way you speak with your siblings. Okay, these are all interpersonal skills. You may be soft, you may be tough at times, right? So how you deal with them, how you get work done from them, these are all interpersonal skills. Having said that, listening is as important as effective speaking. See, no one likes no one would like to only speak and only speak. At the same time, when you are working in group, you also need to be careful. You also need to be sensitive enough to listen. what your colleagues or what your teammates are saying. Okay, because if you are an effective listener, people will respond to you, people will value you, because once you listen to what your teammates are saying, right, you become more sensitive to their issues. You kind of develop action plan, or you kind of modify your working environment so that the teammates working with you are more comfortable. Okay, they are much more vocal when it comes to sharing their issues with you. At the same time, they are motivated enough to complete the task on time. So listening is as important as effective speaking. Okay, also interpersonal skills involves ability to control your excitement and emotions. You may have a fantastic idea, right, but you need to keep a check on your excitement. You just cannot go to your boss and say, sir, I have got a very fantastic idea, this is the molecule that I want to launch, without having a proper plan. Excitement is required, but along with excitement, you need to keep a check on emotions. Your excitement has to be properly planned. Your excitement needs to be kept in check. You need to know what to speak and when to speak. Okay, so displaying emotions at times is considered to be a sign of weakness in corporate world. So remember this. You may find it very funny, or you may find this something which you may not be able to relate right now, but sudden display of emotions is considered to be a weakness in corporate world, because it shows it demonstrates the way you control your mind. Okay, remember this thing. You will understand once you get a hands-on experience in your work environment. Okay, and interpersonal skills are important for developing good relations with colleagues and workplace. Okay, now along with interpersonal skills, I would also like to speak about negotiation skills. So negotiation is nothing but it's a discussion used to settle dispute and reach agreements. Let me give you a very simple example. You have no lecture. Suppose you have the professor who is teaching pharmacology is absent. Okay, Amjad sir says to the class here, I am going to take a session on pharmaceutical chemistry. Whereas students say, no sir, we want free period. We want to go to library, or we want to go to home early. Okay. So what negotiation is? The class CR goes to Amjad sir. Amjad sir and class CR, they both discuss. Amjad sir says, okay, it's a 1 hour class. I will take 30 minutes for my subject, and in the next 30 minutes, you are free to leave. So this is negotiation, wherein both the parties are gaining, right? You wanted a free session. Sir gave you 30 minutes free. Sir wanted to take a session. You agreed to give 30 seconds to Amjad sir to take a session on pharmaceutical chemistry. So negotiation is a win-win skill. It's a win-win discussion. So this is what is negotiation. Again, I am coming to people management. This may not be relevant as of now, but as you climb the ladder, the leadership skills that you need to have is very important, because the role of senior management in any company is nothing but people management. Okay, so just to give you an example of OCP, principal madam is also doing people management, right? Because she decides, okay, for first year, what is the timetable, how to rotate the staff to teach a particular subject, when to have practicals, when to have a visiting faculty session, when to have a pharmaceutical chemistry lecture, or when to have a pharmaceutics session, right? So senior management or leadership in any company is nothing about people management. Leadership is a vast subject. I cannot explain you in one single word, but leadership is nothing but the art of motivating people or group of people to achieve a common goal. Okay, so this is what is leadership: motivating people or a group of people to achieve a common goal. This is leadership. Now resilience and flexibility. With this and one more slide, I end my presentation, and then we may take the Q&A session. Resilience is nothing but capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. Friends, the corporate world is very dynamic. When I say dynamic, it is a fast changing world. Okay, setbacks and failures, they are part of professional life, but learning from them and moving forward is experience. Everything cannot be taught in classroom. You need to learn learning is one part. Okay, so once you learn and implement in your day-to-day activity, you will succeed, you will fail, but learning from them and not repeating that mistake, or learning from your past project, is what is experience. Okay, so setbacks and failures, they are part of professional life. You need to learn from them and move forward. This is called experience. And being resilient demands positive attitude and determination. Along with that, a sales and marketing professional also needs to be professional. Okay, when I say flexible, it means you need to adapt to changing environment and condition. The biggest example is this Wuhan virus pandemic, right? The way it has transformed physical world to a digital world. You used to have your classes physically, now you have digitally. So you need to be flexible enough to change or adapt yourself and develop skills as per changing environment or condition. Remember one thing, skills that are of use today may become obsolete tomorrow. So it is very important to keep on developing your skills. Keep on developing your skills, right? Example is this Wuhan virus pandemic, which is still going on, the transformation from physical to digital world. Now, quickly coming to what are the career opportunities in sales and marketing. So if you see the topmost part, this is the hierarchy of a sales function, and the bottommost part is the hierarchy of a marketing function. So if you are planning to make your career in sales, it starts with a therapy manager or a medical representative. Then you progress on to be an area business manager, wherein you have 2 to 3 medical representatives working under you. From area business manager, you transform to regional business manager. The next in the ladder is zonal business manager. So as you progress, the territory with which you work also increases. From zonal manager, you then progress to become a divisional sales head in the company. From divisional sales head, the next designation is general manager or business unit head in sales, and then it is vice president. So this the hierarchy may vary from company to company depending on how big or small the organization is, but this is a typical hierarchy in sales function. Similarly, if you look at marketing function, you start off with management trainee, you progress to product executive, then brand manager, then group brand manager, marketing manager, general manager, and vice president marketing. Okay, so this is the typical hierarchy of sales and marketing function in a pharmaceutical industry. And also at the same time, let me tell you that if you want to make your career in marketing, especially full-time MBA in marketing from a recognized, from a reputed institute, accelerates your career journey. So full-time MBA in marketing is an added advantage, or it accelerates your career journey. Now this is my last slide, friends. With that, I'll be taking the question and answer session. I think it's almost 4 o'clock now. Okay, so these are the key take-home messages. I'll be sharing the slides with Amjad sir. He will share this with you if required. You can go through it. I'll just quickly take through it. Work on your basics. You are in first year, so the first thing you need to do is strong foundation is the key to build a successful career. Strengthen your basics in whatever subjects you are learning. Okay. Second, communication is the most important phase while dealing with people. All the skills that I have mentioned is incomplete without communication. So start working on developing your communication skills, verbal, non-verbal, written. Also, since you are in first year, I hope that the library must be having subscription of Express Pharma. It's a monthly publication from Indian Express Group. It is published monthly, and it's a magazine which focuses on what is going on in the Indian pharmaceutical industry. So I may request the faculty, if this is not available, they can have 1 or 2 subscriptions of Express Pharma in the library, and you can start reading it so that you will get a hang of what is happening in the Indian pharmaceutical industry. So this is something which will help you in your interviews, but more than interviews, it will help you to understand what is going on in the Indian pharmaceutical industry. Okay. Then I just summarize what are the important skills required for career in sales and marketing. It is knowledge, analytical skills, communication skills, project management, interpersonal negotiation skill, people management, resilience, and flexibility. Again, if you are serious about making your career in sales and marketing, higher education, especially full-time MBA in marketing from reputed institute, accelerates your career journey. Okay. And before I end my presentation, I make a very important point that sales is the only department that directly generates revenue for any company. Rest all other departments are a support function to sales function. But sales is directly responsible for generating revenue for any company. And if you have sales experience at the beginning of your career, then you also broaden your career opportunities in other departments within the company, because when you are working in sale you are directly exposed to the market. You know what is going on in the market. So having an exposure to sales at the beginning of your career for 2-3 years will increase your chance for a cross functional career. When I say cross functional career, suppose you after 5 or 6 years you decide to make a career in regulatory, you decide to make your career in quality control, you decide to make your career in some other department like learning and development, then having a sales experience will give you an added advantage. Okay. And last but not the least, never give up on learning and developing your skills. Till date everybody is a student throughout his or her life. And yes, start off by getting hang of Microsoft Office. When I say Microsoft Office, that means Excel, Word and PowerPoint. So these are the key take home messages. And with that, I wish you all the very best and lots of success in your professional and academic journey. So thank you so much, friends. With this, I end my presentation.
Thank you, Alok sir. Thank you so much for such a wonderful presentation. Hello.
Yeah, so now Suraj, you want me to, do you have the questions with you or is it posted on the group? Is it something that you want me to elaborate on?
So generally after every session, we keep the session open for question answer. And
Okay.
can either, switch on their mics and speak up, or they can put a question in the chat box and the host will read it out. The students,
Yes.
the session is open for question answers. You can go ahead and ask questions. You can also write your questions in the chat box and we will read it out to the guest speaker.
See, don't worry, your doubt may be as simple as possible. No doubt is stupid. The first step to learning is to ensure or to get off this hang that what others will think if I ask this stupid question. Even just be bold enough to ask anything that you have in your mind. This is the first step towards learning. It may be as simple as what is pharmacy, or it may be as simple as what is a drug, anything that you have in your mind, or anything that you wish me to ask.
So we have a question, sir. Someone in
Yeah,
the chat box
please.
has asked, sir, how do we develop communication skills?
Okay, so for developing your communication skill, as I said, communication skills involve three things. One is verbal communication, one is non-verbal communication, one is written communication. Okay, so when it comes to developing your verbal communication, you can start off simply by reading some good newspapers. Okay, when I say good newspapers, I am not referring to Times of India. Good newspapers as per me are those newspapers which has a good content and good language. So I would suggest you can read Indian Express as a newspaper, you can read the Hindu as a newspaper, or for that matter Deccan Chronicle is a good newspaper. So I think Indian Express is something which is available for free online as well. You can download the app and every day you get the newspaper. So editorials of Indian Express, or for that matter, even if you don't like reading editorial, read what you like. If you like reading sports news, read sports news, but from a good newspaper. Okay, so this is the first step to develop your communication skill, that is verbal communication. Second, if you love English as a language, or if you want to uh, further sharpen your English language, you can write it down. The colleague who has asked, the friend who has asked me this question, there is a book which is called as Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lubis. I'm repeating the name of the book, Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. This book is available anywhere you go, from a small stall at railway station to a very big book stall in your city. This book is available everywhere, and it is the most basic and important book that will help you to develop your uh, communication skills, that is your verbal skills. So start off by doing these things. For non-verbal communication, I said you can start off by watching speeches of some of the good leaders or speakers. If you like cricket, you can actually look at the way Harsha Bhogle speaks. He is a commentator. The way he speaks, the way he uses his body language, right? Or for that matter, if you're interested in politics, you can listen to speeches of some great leaders like Barack Obama, right? Or for that matter, in India, you have speakers like Shashi Tharoor, the way he uses his body language, the way he uses his language. Okay, so these are some of the things that if you practice for 30 minutes as well every day, or you put in conscious effort for 30 minutes every day, over a period of time, you will find that fineness coming in your communication. I hope it is clear to you.
Sir, can you repeat that book name again, please?
Yeah. So the name of book is Word Power Made Easy. Word Power Made Easy. And name of the author is Norman Lewis. Normanlewis. You'll get this for 120 or 130 rupees.
Sir, is it
I bought
available
it
in the
for-
library?
That you'll have to check out.
Yeah, but this is something that you will find it anywhere. See, I'll not put the entire blame on library. Our OCP library has sufficient books for your curriculum per se. Okay, this is something which college can decide to keep 1 or 2 copies. Sudha ma'am has confirmed that Express Pharma is available in the library. So in your free lectures, or maybe once your college is over, you can start off. You can spend 15 minutes reading Express Pharma to develop your understanding of what is going on in the industry. Whereas Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis, you can get it anywhere. You can buy it second hand also. 50 rupees mein milta hai. Or if you want to buy a fresh copy, it will not cost you more than 120 rupees. If you buy from Amazon, it is even cheaper. You will get it less than 100 rupees. So it's a very good book to develop your English language. Okay. Apart from that, I hope it is clear now how to go about building your communication, verbal, non-verbal communication skill.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
which is the most
Sachin.
requested language for foreign marketing? Okay. See, if you ask me which is the most requested language for foreign marketing, there is no single answer. Now I'll try to explain this with the help of an example. There are some companies in India who has a majority of stake in limited geographies. Like if you look at companies like Lupin,
Cipla.
Lupin has, yeah, Cipla to hai. Cipla, if you find, they are very strong in African countries. Okay, they are very strong in antiretrovirals. They are strong in African countries. So if I decide to make my career in international marketing, I will learn either Portuguese or French, because most of the African countries, they either speak French or they either speak Portuguese. Okay, and also Arabic to an extent. Okay, but if you work for a company like Lupin, wherein they have stake in Japanese market, learning Japanese is important, or it will give you an advantage over there. See, even in international marketing, you don't learn a foreign language is okay, but learning a foreign language gives you an advantage. If you want to start off by learning a foreign language without keeping in mind whether it will be helpful for me in my career or not, I would suggest to either go for French or go for German. Okay. So what is the next question?
Sir, can you tell me something about regulatory affair?
Okay. See, regulatory affair is a department in a pharma industry which deals with ensuring that you comply to all the regulatory processes. As I said, pharmaceutical selling is a regulated business. So if you are about to launch a brand anywhere, be it India or be it a country like Bangladesh or be it a country like say Philippines or Vietnam, every country has its own regulator. And when you are launching a brand in that particular geography, you need to ensure that your product complies to the standard or requirements laid down by the regulatory body of that country. So regulatory affair department deals in getting all the necessary approvals for your brand or for your product to be launched in that particular geography. Okay. So this is what regulatory affairs is all about.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Apart from that,
Sir, what are
huh. Yeah, tell me, please go ahead.
what are the conditions to get the job in the Davies Laboratories company?
Which company?
It's
Sorry.
DIVIS, sir.
Acha.
DIVIS, Davies
Yeah,
Laboratories.
I got your question, but you are aspiring to make your career in which particular department? Whether it is, see, a typical company has many departments. It has finance, it has HR, it has training, it has supply chain, it has learning and development, it has regulatory affairs, it has quality control, it has production. So a company has various departments. First, don't decide of your career by choosing a company. Plan your career by choosing which department you want to make your career in. Okay. And yes, why not? Divis, you will get a job. If you suppose if you want to make your career in sales and marketing, you will get a job over there. If you have the desired skill sets, if you are good in academics, you have your you have work experience, or even if you don't have work experience, you can apply over there. Depending on the vacancies, you may get a call, and once you crack the interview, you can get a job in Divis Laboratories.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Very big question in pharma industry. People from microbiology, biotechnology, as well as chemistry backgrounds to apply. Do we pharma students stand a level apart from them, or do we have a level opportunity field, or do the specialization give them edge in specific job profiles? Okay. So answering your question to my friend who asked this question, uh, whether you are coming from a microbiology background or biotechnology background or even from a pharmacy background, okay, it depends on how strong your basics are, how well you are in your academics. When I say how well you are in your academic doesn't mean you need 100% in your certificate. Okay, it means how strong you are in your subject. And yes, having a 4-year degree in pharmacy is going to give you an advantage, because let me give you an example. If you want to make your career in marketing in MNC companies like, say, for example, Novartis or Bristol Myers Squibb, they will always prefer a candidate who has a 4-year bachelor's in pharmacy degree with an MBA in marketing. Okay, so don't think that in pharmacy you have students from biotechnology also, from microbiology also. We are on the same playing field. Yes, you all are on the same playing field. I'm not saying that people from biotechnology or microbiology don't stand a chance. They stand a chance. It's up to you how you capitalize on the opportunity which is given to you. When I say capitalize on the opportunity, a company may interview you also, someone who is a B pharmacy candidate, who is a microbiology candidate, who is a biotech candidate, and depending on how you perform in the interview, that differentiates you, right? And yes, as I said, moving ahead, there are certain companies which will prefer candidate who has a full year 4-time bachelor's in pharmacy degree for their roles in that particular company. So I think that was the last question. Anything else that someone wants to ask?
Sir, what is like the approximate salary?
Where salary in which
Sir,
department?
in sales and marketing, like the
So
basic position.
yeah, I'll tell you. So if you let me tell you, sales is the only function, okay, where you will earn more money than any other function in pharmaceutical industry. Okay, let me tell you that. Now to answer your question, If you join a company like Cipla, I work for Cipla, I will be able to tell you what Cipla gives. So if you are joining after B Pharmacy into sales in Cipla, you will earn anywhere between 25 to 30,000 rupees in a month. इसके अलावा one advantage that you have in sales is you achieve your target, you will earn quarterly incentives, so your earnings will go even higher. Apart from that, if you achieve your yearly targets, you will be given there is something called as achiever awards, wherein we take achievers for a foreign trip. Okay, so sales is a very challenging job. This may all look like okay, इंसेंटिव भी मिलेगा, फॉरेन भी जाने मिलेगा, बट सेल्स डिमांड हार्ड वर्क एंड डिमांड्स पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड एंड लॉट ऑफ कमिटमेंट. Okay, because sales as a profession is still considered to be a taboo in Indian society. Okay, किसी से कुछ मांगना is considered to be a very cheap job, but let me tell you, sales is the most challenging job. Having said that, once you start enjoying this profession, you can reach the height of your career because you are generating revenue for the company. So to answer your question, you will earn anywhere between 25 to 30,000 rupees in a month. Daily allowance इसके ऊपर रहेगा. Daily allowance is something which you get on a daily basis because you are working on field. Apart from this, if you achieve your quarterly incentives, you will get quarterly targets, you will earn incentives. And if you achieve your yearly targets, you will get other benefits like recognition in terms of trophies, certificates, and a foreign tour. Okay, and whereas if you other departments का आप देखोगे, when I started my career, I said I have 1 year experience in production, so I took up a job immediately after B Farm in production. My salary was only 8,000 rupees a month at that point of time, which may be now not more than 13 to 14,000 rupees. So if you are looking for a good salary, if you ask me, sir, एक डिपार्टमेंट का नाम बताओ जिसमें मेरे को सबसे ज्यादा सैलरी मिलेगा, दैट इज सेल्स. आप रेगुलेटरी से कंपेयर करो, आप क्यूसी से कंपेयर करो, आप प्रोडक्शन से कंपेयर करो, हाँ, आप माइक्रोबायोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट से कंपेयर करो, आप बायोटेक्नोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट से कंपेयर करो, यू कंपेयर एनी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फार्मा इंडस्ट्री. If you want to earn good money or if you want to have a substantial salary after B Farm, sales is the only option. आपका earning sales में ही ज़्यादा रहेगा as compared to other departments. But having said that, I am not saying that there are no career opportunities in other departments. There are career opportunities, but at a starting level, your salary will be more in sales as compared to other departments. So don't feel bad. Who want to make a career in other department, उसमें भी पैसा है, but if you ask me at a starting level, sales में ज़्यादा पैसा.
सर एक क्वेश्चन है.
हाँ बोलिए ना. Yes ma'am, sorry ma'am, tell me.
What you suggest about going to the core area of pharma by the students? Core area of pharma, like production.
Acha, you want something about production, some guidelines on production.
What is the future, bright future after say 5 to 10 years in pharma, if we select sales and marketing, and or we select for core areas like production?
Okay, so to answer your question, ma'am, let me be very straightforward. Yes. The kind of career opportunities that you will get by starting off your career in sales and marketing has much more advantage than starting off your career in other departments like production. Okay, because if you look at our setup of Indian pharmaceutical industry, there are various manufacturing plants. India is the pharmacy of world, as they call it. So there is no dearth of production plants in India. But if you look at a typical career in production, you start off with a management trainee, then you become a production officer. You kind of narrow your scope. Your career will lie within the production plant itself. You will not know what is going on in the industry. Sales and marketing is something which gives you a direct exposure about what is going on in the industry, what is need of the market. You are directly participating in the market. You interact with customers. Now, who are the customers in pharma industry? It is mainly doctors. It is mainly chemists and stockists. So the kind of career opportunity that you will get by starting off your career in sales and marketing is not what you will get in production. Of course, there are options in production. You may become plant head at the end of your career, but if you are very much ambitious and you want to become the vice president of a particular company, you will find people from finance or sales or marketing background only making it to the vice president position. You take example of any company, you randomly pick up any Indian company, any Indian pharma company, the vice president or general manager of the company will be someone who is either from sales or marketing or finance.
Okay, so if we compare the salary pay
Yes.
package after
Yeah.
say 10 years or 15 years,
Yes.
so which will give you more package, whether production or whether sales and marketing?
So again, answer to that is sales and marketing.
Okay.
Now, I am not being biased, madam. I am very much fair. The reason I am saying this is, as I told you, sales and marketing का सबसे बड़ा advantage यही रहता है कि आप market में रहते हैं. आपको
Correct.
पता है क्या चल रहा है market में,
You
आगे
see the
क्या होने
world,
वाला है. You are able to anticipate the future. You are generating revenue for the company. And let me be very blunt. Company will love someone who is generating revenue for them. They will present more opportunity to someone who is generating revenues for them or who is saving money for them. That is why you will find VP, GM of any company either from finance or from marketing or from sales. Finance वालों को ये पता है cost कहाँ बचाना है, sales और marketing वालों को ये पता है कि business का future growth कहाँ से आएगा. Because आज एक कंपनी जो है वो ग्रो कर रही है, बट कल अगर कंपनी को ग्रो करना है, you need to have people with that vision to drive the company as to आगे का ग्रोथ कहाँ से आएगा.
Correct.
क्योंकि आज जहाँ से ग्रोथ आ रहा है, फ्यूचर में ग्रोथ वहां से आए ना आए, you don't know. But marketing is this skill. You need to anticipate where the future growth will come from, and you need to work on that area. मैं एक simple example दे रहा हूँ. Now, our Indian pharmacy, if you look at Indian industry, it is filled with branded generics. Okay, but there are certain companies like Biocon who are working on biosimilars. Now, there are very less companies in India who are working on biosimilars. And the future is going to be biosimilars. So, ये जो biotechnology वाली companies है ना, these are going to play a key role because biosimilars are something. उसका mechanism of action अभी मैं इतना डिटेल में नहीं बता पाऊंगा. You can correct me, ma'am. You are an expert in that. But biosimilars are those drugs which directly have the ability to influence the gene. And once you are able to influence the defected gene, you are correcting a genetic disease. You may not know tomorrow there may be a biosimilar which can cure diabetes, which can cure the gene which is responsible for curing diabetes. सबसे बेस्ट एग्जांपल है योर Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine. It is based on mRNA principle. This is something new. जो traditional vaccines बनते हैं, that is based on vector. You have a vector which carries the protein. You inject that into the body, it produces antibodies. But
Yes.
looking at the future, you have vaccines with mRNA technologies. So these are the areas which will give you the growth. Now let me give you one more example. Sun Pharma as a company was very strong in cardiology and neuropsychiatry prescription business. The reason why Sun Pharma took over Ranbaxy was it had no, in spite of being one of the top 5 biggest pharma companies, it had no OTC portfolio. Sun Pharma मुझे और आपके जैसे layman को नहीं पता था. Of course, excluding those who work in the pharma industry. That is why they bought Ranbaxy, and they got 2 important OTC brands, which is Revital and Volini. So as a company, as an organization, you need to understand where you want to be strong, which therapeutic area you want to be strong, या आगे की growth मेरी कहाँ से आने वाली है. I can go on and on. Mankind Pharma is a very good example. I remember those days when I was working as a medical rep. Doctors Mankind Pharma के rep को अपने clinic में घुसने नहीं देते थे. Today the perception of Mankind Pharma as a company has changed. It's a case study in itself.
Yes.
So every company, every organization, all these insights, madam, come from someone
Yes.
who has worked, who knows the market very well.
Correct.
And only function that can understand market very well is sales and marketing. बिकॉज प्रोडक्शन में आपके मशीन्स वही रहेंगे, आपका कैपेसिटी अगर आज 20,000 टैबलेट बनाने का है, कल का 30,000 टैबलेट बनेगा, बट दैट इज नॉट योर कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन, दैट इज टेक्नोलॉजिकल कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन. I hope now the difference is clear.
One more thing I can add on here.
Yeah.
If you want to go for entrepreneurship, even then your sales and marketing will definitely help you.
Exactly. In fact, most of the people who become zonal sales manager or divisional sales head, they resign from the company and they start their own company, and they are successful. Because देखो, pharma में successful होना है, you need to understand your customers. And who is the customer in pharma industry? It is doctor. And the only function that gives you direct access to be in touch with your customer is sales and marketing. No other department in pharma industry will give you access to interact with doctors, because 90% of Indian pharma industry is prescription sales and marketing. Only 10% is OTC.
Done. I am done.
Ma'am, I think we can take questions. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ma'am, I think we can ask the students to fill in more questions in the feedback form. We also have a feedback form.
अमजद सर, फोटो लेने वाला है क्या कोई? तो we will say कि keep your
Guys, can we switch on the cameras?
हाँ,
Can we have
Suraj sir, please click a photo. Suraj sir. Hello,
can
Suraj sir, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, I can.
Okay.
Alok sir, requesting you to please, if you can.
Yeah.
Also, students, if you can switch on the cameras.
Look, why have you not opened your camera? You are so smart.
Ma'am, the thing is with, I mean, again, learning from my experience, if you take presentation by switching on your camera, the voice quality and all gets disturbed.
Okay.
So even while giving presentation to our bosses or while presenting our brand plan, we just kind of keep our mic open with presentation.
Okay.
So that was the intention, ma'am. Nothing personal as such.
Because that is okay, but seeing you makes difference. When
yes.
we are listening presentation, we should know the presenter.
So, ma'am, was it not for COVID, I would have loved to come to the college and present this same thing in the classroom.
Okay.
Because having said that, digital is no substitute for physical interaction. We are all humans.
You are always welcome, and now we will not leave you.
Yes.
You will be
Ma'am, I'm always there.
in the queue. So it was a really nice interaction with you, and I think you are the second important alumni for us who is presenting our students to your juniors, and we
Thank
will
you,
continue with this trend in the future.
Yes.
And we will not leave our alumni who are on top post.
No, ma'am, I am grateful that I'll be of some help to my college in guiding my juniors, and at the same time helping some of my juniors with placements as well. So I'm always there to serve the college. Yeah.
I could see your eagerness when we were there on the meet. So I said our alumni in charge that call Alok sir, Alok Dubey, because you showed your interest during that meet.
I am also a part of the placement committee, so I'll get back to you on this.
Sorry, I didn't get you, Suraj. Can you repeat? Sorry.
Sir, I said I am also a part of the placement committee, so I'll get back to you on this.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always reachable. So, and I'll be helpful. I am kind of very much obliged to help my juniors also. And I'm really thankful to Sudha ma'am and Amjad sir for considering me capable enough and giving me this opportunity to highlight about sales and marketing.
It was an excellent speech, and I got
Uh,
angry upon Dr. Amjad why third year and final year students are not associated today for this talk. So now we will be giving them the recordings
yes,
itself.
recording, we will
But
provide
it
them
was more
recording.
useful for third year and final year.
Uh,
So,
So, students will be sharing a feedback form with all of you. Okay.
Suraj sir,
Yes.
sir,
go ahead with next stage.
just 1 minute, sir. Just like to before just ending the session, I would just like to request our head, career guidance and entrepreneurship cell head, Dr. Amjad Ali sir, to present the vote of thanks. After which, like we can just switch on the cameras and we can take a photograph. Or Suraj sir, along with the vote of thanks, you can just take the photograph if possible.
Krish, I have taken the photograph.
Okay, done, sir. So, sir, Amjad sir can just present the vote of thanks. So after that, we can end the session.
all praises and thanks are to Almighty, our respected principal madam, today's speaker, my student Alok Dubey. I can say him sir now.
No, no,
Because
no, sir. You are embarrassing me.
okay,
You are still my sir, and you will continue to be my sir.
okay,
And
okay.
I'll fold my hands with humble gesture and request every time I meet you or speak with you.
And all the participants, good afternoon, everyone. I would this is my duty to thank our visionary management, Umaira Khan madam, Mr. Azim Khan sir, Mr. Wasim Khan sir, for generous support. I would like to thank our dynamic and visionary principal, respected Dr. Sudha Rathore madam. We have planned this event in the month of December, and our madam is a well planner, and madam has guided us at each and every step to execute this important event. I would like to say two lines about the madam. Hayat leke chalo. Hayat means life. Hayat leke chalo. Kainat means universe. हयात लेके चलो कायनात लेके चलो चलो तो सारे ज़माने को साथ लेके चलो. So this event is as per the wish of our dynamic principal Sudha Rathore madam, to guide our students about the sales and marketing. I would like to thank today's speaker, Mr. Alok Dubey, for excellent speech on the career in sales and marketing. And when I have joined, I have listened from beginning to the end. Okay, so it was excellent. I would like to thank my team members, Mr. Imtiaz Ansari sir, Mahendra Kumar Parjapati sir, Suraj Gupta sir, and I would like to thank today's anchor, Mr. Krish Jain, for wonderful anchoring. I would like to thank all the audience of the first year, and I would like to thank one and all for making this event a grand success. Thank you, everyone. And I would like to say two lines about you, huh? Alok.
Yes, sir.
जहां भी जाएगा वो रोशनी लुटाएगा. जहां भी जाएगा वो रोशनी लुटाएगा. किसी चिराग का अपना मका नहीं होता. एंड आप आए नवाजिश करम शुक्रिया. आप आए नवाजिश करम शुक्रिया. हर नजर कह रही शुक्रिया शुक्रिया. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I hope my session was useful, and in the future also, I'll be happy to conduct such sessions and help my juniors with placements as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Alok, you can also suggest few names if you know who are at good posts.
As in, I mean, in sales and marketing, or
At any position, you can say.
Other fields also, whom you know, your colleagues.
so again, Sami is one colleague that I am in touch with, and he is also senior brand manager at Sardia Pharmaceuticals. So
Yes,
even
I
he
know.
can add value because he first did his M.Pharm and then he did his MBA. So he can answer. Now I can see in the chat box that students are asking me questions. Sir, M.Pharm karo ki MBA karo? Okay. So keeping that thing in mind, uh, uh, even he will be able to take some good sessions, because he started off his career in medical team, and then he progressed on to marketing department. He did his MBA, and he did his MPharm, and then did his MBA. So he can add some different angle to this discussion. And yes, he is also working for a multinational company, so he can also share some of his experience. Cipla is an Indian company, so whatever I shared was based on my insights and learnings from an Indian company. So maybe he can add some kind of diversity through his sessions about MNC work culture and how his journey has been by starting off his career from a medical department, then moving on to a marketing role, doing his MPharm, and then going in for an MBA. So
Yes, we
probably
are in
just me.
contact with him.
Yeah,
3-4 days back only we met him, and yes, you have suggested a good name.
yeah.
One more
And
thing, that
yes.
I have prepared one formulation patented for
Okay.
alopecia.
Okay.
It
Okay.
is one
Okay.
herbal as
Okay.
well
Okay.
as
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
herbal as well as allopathic, minoxidil plus. So just come sometimes and see my product and can be the subject.
Sure, sure, man. Definitely, definitely. In fact, in morning, I saw my hall ticket of fourth, sixth, and eighth semester examination. I used to have this long hairs, and today I'm taking the session with barely few hairs on my head.
Yes,
So,
yes. I can remember. Yes.
Must not be with your sales and marketing.
no, not sales and marketing, but ठीक है, human body, wear and tear is part of human body. Uh, but then what I have realized is not having hair is not a taboo. And by God's mercy, not having hair doesn't affect your ability to do your day-to-day activities. It's
Yes.
much better than having an amputated hand or leg. So that's how you have to accept and
But
move on.
in a positive way, it is, we say that जब लक्ष्मी आती है
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
okay.
So this is all, ma'am. Your wishes, my God's blessing, your wishes. That's it, ma'am.
But it
That's
was a
all I have.
wonderful session, and you are very confident.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
We learned
Amjad
a
sir,
lot
do
from
let me
you.
know. Yeah, do let me know in case future में कुछ और sessions रहेंगे या कुछ. If I
चलो
can be
ठीक
of help to the college,
Yes.
do let me know, sir.
You will
Uh,
suggest,
ma'am,
Alok, you will suggest me your pet topics. So accordingly, we will decide and we will keep after consulting principal, madam. Okay.
No problem, sir. I mean, marketing बहुत vast है. Marketing में क्या जानना है? Is there anything you can suggest me? Then I'll be ready accordingly.
Alok sir,
Supply. Yeah.
sorry to cut you off. I can see some students leaving the meeting. Guys,
Sorry.
I can see some students leaving the meeting. So sorry to cut you off. I just have to give this. Guys, I have shared a feedback form link in the chat box. Okay. So please fill in the feedback forms and you can ask questions also there and we'll get it answered by Alok sir. Okay. Please continue, sir.
So, सूरज, may I request one thing? ये थोड़े बहुत जो questions आ रहे हैं ना, आप मुझे mail कर देंगे ना, मैं mail पे भी reply कर दूँगा.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
Because looking at the interest of time, I think सबका कुछ ना कुछ commitments होगा, and it's a weekend also. So, I mean, I can continue, or if you want me to end the session, I'm okay with it. Yeah, so I'm happy to take more questions. If students are available online, if they want to ask me anything, I am ready to continue. I'll be able to answer. एक दो क्वेश्चन जो मैं देख रहा हूँ. Can we continue studying while doing a job after B pharmacy? Is it possible? ठीक है, मैं ये इसका आंसर आपको देता हूँ. So I think Ravina has asked me this question. So Ravina, when I completed my B pharmacy, I took up a job in production plant. Okay, and from 2009 to 2010, I worked in a production plant, Flamingo Pharmaceuticals, and I prepare at the same time I prepared for MBA entrance examination also. Okay, so it is possible to study while doing a job, but it's up to you how much hours you put in. Okay, So the thing is, again, sometimes in production you had to work for 2 shifts at a stretch. तो working time कभी 8 घंटे के जगह 12 घंटा या 14 घंटा भी हो जाता था. But then, yes, out of working for 8 hours and then 1 hour in traveling, you can always give 1 to 2 hours a day to prepare yourself for entrance examinations or higher studies. It is possible, and people do that. ओके, इनफैक्ट वर्क एक्सपीरियंस के बाद अगर आप एमबीए करते हो तो यू विल बी एबल टू कोरिलेट द कॉन्सेप्ट्स इन अ मच मोर बेटर वे. Okay, it's up to you whether you want to take admission after completing your B pharmacy, which is also not a bad option. At the same time, you can have some kind of exposure to industry, prepare yourself for entrance exams, and then take up your higher studies like MBA. तो अगर आप MBA कर रहे हो, my suggestion would be 1-2 साल का work experience लेके करो. It will help you understand the concept and it will help you understand the industry in a much better way. Yeah, अगर आप M.Pharm कर रहे हो, if you are unable to get admission in M.Pharm, you take up a job, prepare for entrance, and then again try next year for M.Pharm admission. At least आप 1 साल आपका बच भी जाएगा. You will have experience also, and 1 year तो यार you can take a chance. अगर आपका भगवान ना करे अच्छे कॉलेज में एडमिशन नहीं हुआ, so while working you can have a work experience and you can same time prepare for entrance examination also. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Ravina. Then one question was, would you suggest M.Pharm or MBA? So again, देखो इसका जवाब कुछ straight forward नहीं है. If you are planning to make your career in research and development, or if you are planning to pursue your higher education outside India, then go for M.Pharm. If you are planning to study in US or UK after your B pharmacy, M.Pharma is a very good option because these are developed countries. These countries invest in research and development. So doing your M.Pharm from USA and then exploring work opportunities in USA will be a very bright career option for you. Whereas if you ask me India में क्या करना चाहिए, my answer would be same. It's up to you whether you want to make your career in technical subject or whether you want to make your career in marketing. अगर आपको साइंस पसंद है, आपको टेक्नोलॉजी पसंद है, आप M.Pharm में जाइए. If you want to go into marketing or if you want to go into a managerial role, go for MBA. So it's up to you which you decide. दोनों में career option है, M.Pharm में भी है, MBA में भी है. ठीक है. Next question is, yes sir, what would you suggest about ये MPH आम क्या है? तन्मय आप बताएंगे जरा. MPH का मैं मीनिंग नहीं समझ पा रहा. Tanmay has written, what would you suggest about MPH arm? अच्छा, MPH, I mean M.Pharm. M.Pharm, okay, sorry. वो अलग अलग लाइन में था तो I took MPH separately and arm separately. So Tanmay, if you are doing your M.Pharma from reputed institute like NIPER, nothing like it. Whatever you do, friends, remember one thing, आप M.Pharm करो या MBA करो, but do it from a recognized and good college. When I say good college, that doesn't mean अगर MBA में आपका admission IIM में नहीं हुआ, that is end of your life. No. Even if you are getting admission in top 20 colleges of Maharashtra or Mumbai, still you will have a very good career opportunity in MBA. Again for M.Pharm, अगर आपके इंडिया के top college में admission नहीं हुआ, that is not the end of your life. Even if you are getting admission in top 15 to 20 recognized colleges of Mumbai or Maharashtra, still you have a very good career opportunity. Okay, so the first step is, since you all are first year students, मेरा यही suggestion रहेगा, अपना basics पे focus करो. When you reach third year, till that time I think you should be sure कि आपको M.Pharm करना है या MBA करना है. Because आप जब third year में जाएंगे, you need to appear for entrance exam. जैसे for example आप third year में गए, third year will start from say July या August से चालू होगा, right? And by the time you reach next final year, next year, ठीक है, समझिए आप 2021 में, अभी मार्च का महीना चालू है, आप 5th सेमेस्टर में, ठीक है. अभी आप सॉरी 5th सेमेस्टर नहीं, ये 6th सेमेस्टर है, राइट? मतलब ये 6th सेमेस्टर का टाइम होगा थर्ड ईयर में. तो आपके एक फेयर आइडिया होना चाहिए आपको MBA करना है या M.Pharm करना है. बिकॉज इफ यू लुक एट मोस्ट ऑफ द एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशंस, कैट एग्जाम होता है नवंबर में, ठीक है, आपके एमफॉर्म के एग्जाम्स एमफिल या एमपैट क्या बोलते हैं, सॉरी आई डोंट नो द नेम, इट इज एमपैट और एमफिल, it happens in February. So if you are in third year, you need to be clear by that time कि आपको एमफॉर्म में करियर बनाना है, एमबीए में करियर बनाना है, and start applying for entrance exam because entrance exam next year होगा and you have sufficient time to prepare for it.
Sir, I think it is too early for the students to think about which subject would be better for M.Pharm and stuff like that because they don't even
Yeah.
know the subjects of pharmacy yet. So it is too soon for them. But yes, of course, you have to take a call by the end of third year. The exam is GPAT, sir. What you said, and
GPAT.
I absolutely agree with you. Doing a course from a reputed college does matter a lot. As a matter of fact, I was from BITS Pilani. I am an alumni of BITS Pilani. So
Great.
kind of exposure that I have received at BITS is something out of the world, I would say. So
Yes, yes.
matter
So
of
I would just end by saying that आप लोग फर्स्ट ईयर में हैं, बेसिक्स अपना स्ट्रॉन्ग करें, वॉट एवर सब्जेक्ट्स यू हैव, एनाटॉमी है, हाँ, या फिजिकल फार्मेसी है या फार्मास्यूटिक्स है, जस्ट स्ट्रेंथन योर बेसिक्स, जितना स्ट्रॉन्ग, सी रिमेंबर कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपको नहीं समझ में आएंगे, देयर इज नथिंग टू फियर अनलेस एंड अनटिल आपका बेसिक स्ट्रॉन्ग है, बिकॉज आपका बेसिक अगर स्ट्रॉन्ग है तो आप कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्सेप्ट्स कभी भी पढ़ के डेवलप कर सकते हैं, बट इफ यू आर वीक इन बेसिक्स, कॉन्सेप्ट्स आगे चल के डेवलप करना या बिल्ड करना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा, फिर पढ़ाई में मन नहीं लगेगा. सो द थिंग इज जस्ट फोकस ऑन बिल्डिंग योर कॉन्सेप्ट्स राइट.
ठीक है students, so we can take more questions in the Google form and we'll get it answered by Alok sir. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amjad sir. Then I'm signing off.
Have a great weekend, sir.
Yeah, same to you.
Thank you, Alok. Okay, we will meet in the future very
Yeah.
soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Happy weekend. Be safe. COVID is not over. And at the same time, if your parents are above 45 years of age with comorbid condition, go get them vaccinated. Nothing to fear about vaccination. अभी काफी लोगों ने ले लिया है. So be safe. Follow all the protocols. Because we are from healthcare industry, we ourselves अगर हम उसको follow नहीं करेंगे, then we can't expect discipline from layman who doesn't know anything about healthcare industry. So that's it. I end with this awareness message. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Take care.
Bye.
See you again. Bye.